Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Piglet here once again. Hey, I'm Rarity here, and hey, every pony and everyone else for that matter, welcome back for some more of the Maxi Toys videos. So yes, welcome back to the more of Let's Play of Mario Kart DS for the Nintendo DS. So last time that we actually did finally conclude mission mode for the likes of level 7, and now we're going to continue on and actually going to begin the extra and the final video of this Let's Play, and afterwards then this Let's Play should be able to be over until today, which was the 14th of February today, so happy Valentine's Day everyone! Yeah, happy Valentine's to you, Rarity. Oh, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day right away, Piglet. Oh yeah, thank you for that, Rarity, my darling. So anyway, so today for this episode, we're about to be actually going to be showcase the time trials mode, and as well as the versus mode as well. So even then, that we can actually have to showcase those two playable characters we're actually going to be playing as, which are Bowser and Peach. So for time trials mode, we're going to have to be playing as Bowser. So in this case, we actually have ourselves Tyrot, and also stand BW means standard Bowser Kart, and finally the Hurricane cards, which actually feels more likely a reference to a Koopa Clown kart, but except the fact that it was actually in plane formation. So now, the reason why we decided to go for figure 8 circuit is because we like to demonstrate of how the time trials actually works. If you ever played any of the Mario Kart games from the previous Mario Kart games, you probably expected how the time trials actually worked. Basically, you're going to be racing these courses all by yourself, but the likes of you actually going to compete against your compete against with your own time. So that way you can actually just manage to you know, just gather some, you know, time data and stuff like that. So, but this is actually the first time ever you're actually going to be experiencing the staff data ghost data. So even then though, once you actually beat a course in a certain amount of time, then it's your chance to actually just manage to compete against with the staff member of the staff credits. Or, no, not staff. Staff ghosts. So that way you can actually just manage to compete one of those that way. And let me tell you, Staff Ghost Data was actually a lot more tougher than the likes of Mario Kart Wii version to me. I think the reason and solution to that is that, although you're probably wondering right now, is that we actually got a really weird acceleration issue. Is the fact that, for some reason, our Wii U gamepad starts to actually glitches out all of a sudden. Like, we actually, got onto the Wii U system turned on, but the likes of, you know, every time when we actually go, let your Wii U gamepad go further away from the console, sometimes it's more likely unstable. It's something more likely. It always kind of bugs me at one point, because usually speaking such that this always happens in most people's case. Well, thankfully though, until when it gets to Nintendo Switch though, however, that if things start to get a little bit more fixed and changed. So, at least we got that though out the way. Yeah, I know that, right? So basically, that you know, time trials. If you actually go compete against with or in this case, you manage to finish the tracks all by yourself for 3 laps, then depends on what time you actually get. Like a minute and 49 seconds and 571 milliseconds. That way, it'll actually save your time trials data file. So, and in this case, we're actually going to be selecting the next character for the time trials mode. So even then though, that it doesn't matter what cards you'll be using, like the dry bomber and as well as the marshmallow from Toad and the egg 1 from Yoshi. This way you can actually get yourselves a faster time though for but predictably in the fastest cards like these, then should be able to actually access to the staff ghost data from that no problem. So I guess there's not much else you can probably think of. It's just basically a simple, straightforward time trials mode. Even then, though, it's pretty self-explanatory. So, as far as you guys can tell already, that you know, yeah, you're probably wondering we're gonna be doing with a lot of awkward dialogue or anything like that, because there's not much else to discuss through. So I digress though. So we'll just try our best if we actually get ourselves the staff ghost data. So even then though, that is actually represents from the somewhere around in Japan, across the world. So I'm presuming it's going to be most likely in Japan though, however. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned for that already. So yeah, because of that though, Dry Bones is Dry Bomber, and especially the other light card types. Except the only exception, which is Wildlife from Donkey Kong, and especially the Hurricane from Bowser, and especially noticeable for the forklifting for Waluigi, I imagine. I don't know exactly. But I'm guessing that judging by the fact that how it makes it really easier to actually perform the snaking drift mechanic. So even then though, that if you actually get a certain amount of times you're actually performing to do this, then that way you can actually just manage to get yourselves a bit of a faster time, so that way you can actually just again hopefully try to access to the Staff Ghost data in Mario Kart DS. So yeah, because unlike how it does in that was before when Mario Kart Wii, they decided to actually put in a Staff Ghost data already from the get-go, from you know, some of the other parts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all that goes basically. So now we actually beat ourselves a new previous record. So our time is actually 1 minute and 42 seconds and 496 milliseconds. So let's see if we actually unlock it. Yep, we actually unlocked that. So basically, if you actually just manage to beat the likes of the Staff Ghost data, that way the time itself will actually change every once in a while after when you're trying to beat it. However though, that it doesn't actually worth anything if you're actually trying to go all these Staff Ghost datas, because that was before that, again, before Mario Kart Wii came around. That is you have to deal with until you actually unlock something. So now we're going to be doing with the final part of this Let's Play, and that is the form of versus mode. So if you ever played Mario Kart Super Circuit's free run, this is pretty self-explanatory, kind of think about it. We'll explain more on that later. But right now, let's go ahead and pick our final character choice in this Let's Play is Princess Peach. And she has Royal, Standard, PC. PC is like it's the exact same name for a console. And Light Tipper, or Light Tripper, which is exactly, feels more likely identical to Light Dancer for Daisy's cards, but except the color is actually a little bit different, because Princess Peach is actually yellow, and then Daisy's version is actually red, or pinkish, I should say. So yeah, much like how it does it for the battle mode, you can change your settings and roles and stuff, and then also you can actually just manage to anticipate it for team matches. So even then though, that we actually got ourselves, let's just do a team race, why not? Because we haven't done the team races for a long while. So here we have Dry Bones, Mario and Toad, and then the other team, which are Waluigi, Rob, Bowser, and Yoshi. It's kind of more predictable to actually have Yoshi instead of Dry Bones. I mean, that way we can actually compete against with the bad guys or something like that. Well, except Rob, or Waluigi, I should say. So, anywho though, so, and we're switching between the class to mirror mode, because this is how mirror mode actually looks like in Mario Kart DS. If you've never played it on Mario Kart 64's extra mode, and especially Mario Kart Double Dash's mirror mode, then mirror mode is self-explanatory. So basically, every single course is now completely flipped into a different, you know, angle and stuff. But that way you can actually memorize the track very well. Although sometimes that may seem the case though, and sometimes you might for the first time players, you're actually going to get slightly confused with if you think you're so used to with the normal design and the likes of how it does it for the mirrored version of this particular tracks, that you're just going to have to get used to that actually. So anyway though. So yeah, I guess there's not much else to say about mirror mode besides the fact that, you know, the courses themselves is completely flipped. However, just like how it does it for the extra mode in Mario Kart 64, and especially the, you know, the mirror mode in Mario Kart Double Dash, is that this class was exactly the unlockable class. In order to actually unlock that predictable mirror mode is that you need to actually get every single gold trophies in every single 3 classes for likely 50cc or 100cc and especially 150cc as well. Although, kind of think about it, I've managed to encounter to realize, although I'm not exactly sure, but even then though, that you have to actually get yourselves all the trophies, kind of think about it, all the gold trophies in every single class. So that's as far as memory is concerned with that predictable unlockable method. That's how this goes. So anyways though, so here we are at Luigi's Mansion, so even though that we need to actually figure out, oh no, we got owned by the blue shell, and the red shell, and the lightning, so it's like a chain reaction, so that's actually kind of odd there. But basically that we actually got hit by a red shell, spin out with the blue shell, and especially even more spin out by the lightning, or in this case we get shrunk. So yeah, weird combination of these little combo breakers, but even then though, or not so much combo breakers though, Piglet darling, but it's just the fact that it's a little combo reaction or chain reaction, so as far as getting hit by those 3 items. So anyways, that's the first course in mirror mode, and now let's move on to the next course, which was Airship Fortress. So now the cannon pipe is actually on the right instead of left. So even then, that's the only noticeable difference between the original version of this course and the likes of the mirrored version. So yeah, I think that's about it when it comes to the major difference between the normal version of this particular courses and the likes of the mirror version. Is that although obviously a noticeable difference is just the course has been completely flipped. So even then, that you get the idea for this class actually goes. So yeah, that's all there is to know there basically. So yeah, we'll talk more on the overall about the Mario Kart DS until we actually just decide to actually just put in, as you can clearly tell, that we're actually going to be putting in 8 races, because much like how it does in Super Smash Bros. Melee, we had a really fun time playing on this game on our own time, especially consist of how we actually put in insane amount of races, like the maximum of 32 tracks, which is the maximum amount in this installment, and especially Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7. However, Mario Kart 8 does have 48 tracks. Even then though, it does have some more variety with those track designs and stuff like that. Oh no, because of the DLCs actually being included. So yeah, that's how it usually goes though, eh? So yeah, as far as the next Mario Kart Let's Play, as far as this is concerned, is that we're not going to be redoing a sorry for a little bit of a tongue twisting again. But even then though, that we decided to actually not going to be redoing our Let's Play of Mario Kart 7 because we have to stick with it as it is. However though, there are some couple of Mario Kart redo Let's Plays we figure we might as well do, as well as alongside with the newer ones as well. Alongside with the Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, and especially Mario Kart Super Circuit. However though, the only problem with Mario Kart Super Circuit though, however, is that we need to actually just manage to cut off screen until we actually unlock everything first. That's the only thing. It might actually just take a while to actually just try to do that Let's Play for a while. But we do have Super Mario Kart. What in the world? Did I somehow clip for the wall? Okay, that's a little bit weird when it comes to this little bottomless pit or something like that. Or even then, a random placement of the bottomless pit. So yeah, that's pretty weird. And now we ended up in Bowser Castle 2 from Mario Kart Super Circuit. So yeah, we're still able to try to actually do ourselves some Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, and we're eventually trying to do Mario Kart Super Circuit, and eventually a redo Let's Plays on Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart Wii, and of course Mario Kart 8. We might do a redo Let's Play on Mario Kart 8 before when, or after when we actually got ourselves, before we got ourselves a Nintendo Switch, alongside with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe first. So that way, this might be the alternate way to actually deal with Mario Kart 8 Let's Play, because you know, since the Nintendo Switch version of Mario Kart 8 feels exactly identical to the Wii U version, but the only noticeable difference was though is that it improved on the battle modes. Even then though, that we decided to actually do these versions that way. And Waluigi got owned by the blue shell, so how about that? We actually got an easier dodge for once. So anyway though, I guess there's not much else, to say about this particular Let's Play, or in this case, this part of the playthrough and stuff like that. Well, besides the fact that, well, obviously that, I can't exactly how I can describe this at the moment, so even then though, it has been a really fun project, I have to say this much, and I have to say, I'm really glad that I'm actually going to come back to this Let's Play for once, because, not to mention though, that since me and White Teddy did originally done this back in 2013, but again, that particularly older version of the playthrough is now removed due to the bad quality and all that. But even then though, that I've now managed to join in thanks to you, Rarity, my little beautiful girl there, or in this case, beautiful pony, I should say. I know that, Piglet, because you still love me after all. I know, but that's why I really crush on you. Yeah, I know that. When you again first time saw me on that, the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic TV series. So but even then though, until when it gets to like 2 months time, then the 7th and the final season before the movies decide to come out, then it should be pretty interesting. So here we are on Mario Circuit 1 in mirror mode fashion. So Oh yeah, if you those to be curious about certain things, is that this is actually the first time ever in the Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart Super Circuit returning tracks has been completely flipped. Because between Super Mario Kart and even Mario Kart Super Circuit doesn't contain mirror mode, so at least only Mario Kart 64 and also I would say Mario Kart Double Dash only contains the mirror mode, and especially Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 7, and especially Mario Kart 8. I think it's mainly just the fact the limitations of the sprite quality is entirely 2D, so even though that's mainly more likely, that's how it's more likely a technical side of things, so that's how it usually involves in this. And aside from that though, in Super Mario Kart, there's only 2 classes to actually just to play with, which was 50cc, 100cc, but there's also the unlockable one, which was 150cc, so just want to clarify that. So anyways, we managed to go in first place after we actually got owned by the blue shell afterwards. And now we move on to Luigi's Circuit in GBA course. So, in this case in Mario Kart Super Circuits, even though that was actually 2 in a row for Mario Kart Super Circuit tracks we actually been into. Well, the only 2 exceptions, which are Peach Circuit and especially the Sky Garden. So, yeah, let's talk about the overall of Mario Kart DS. I think overall of Mario Kart DS was actually, in my honest opinion, it's definitely one of my favorite Mario Kart games of all time. And probably my favorite entry of the handheld series of Mario Kart. Now, I know you're probably thinking that Mario Kart Wii or even Mario Kart 8 was actually a little bit better. However, though, I gotta have to say though that even though despite the fact that how annoying the rubber banding AI was in Mario Kart Wii, and I'm really disappointed about the battle mode in Mario Kart 8, at least in the Wii U version of the game. Although we're really excited until the Nintendo Switch version gonna come out. Even especially noticeable, they're actually trying to bring back some of the returning characters from Mario Kart Wii, like Bowser Jr., King Boo, and even Dry Bones as a result. I don't know if they're actually going to be adding more, but I was hoping it'll actually bring back Diddy Kong. Please, Nintendo, bring back Diddy Kong, because we haven't had Diddy Kong in a Mario Kart game since Mario Kart Wii. Please bring him back. Because even then though, it does add him into the Mario Party series on the, the character roster, like in Mario Party Star Rush. And that's usually all this goes. But even then though, that's, he essentially got absent in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash due to how lazy of the game that actually was. But even then though, still, though I was concerned they were actually just trying to bring back Diddy Kong, at least in the HD consoles and stuff like that, because, well, obviously that, again, that, much like how it does in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, he has been absent in the Mario Party 10, but he not digress though. Oh yeah, if you're actually going to be pressing the X button, as you can see on the bottom screen, is that you can actually change the perspective of the course's map, so even then though, you can actually see it from that way, so, yeah, that's all there is to know. Next course we have is Cheap Cheap Beach, so, yeah, we only got, like, about 3 tracks to go. So yeah, there's so many things we can actually just to say about what I could describe as Mario Kart DS is the must-buy Mario Kart game on the Nintendo DS. Even though now and then they actually just managed to bring that game back onto the Nintendo Wii U's eShop download. Back in 2015, of course, when they actually first announced it, thanks to the Nintendo Direct announcements, alongside with the Nintendo Wii. Oh, I'm getting confused at this point, but anyway. So yeah, for what I could say about Mario Kart DS, I found the visuals do look absolutely outstanding to look at, even though it's a little bit more likely pixelated points, even though it's on Nintendo DS though, which I honestly don't mind about it, because I really do enjoy the graphics in this game. Probably be a step up to, well, Super Mario Kart and even Mario Kart Super Circuit though. Well, as far as the visual standpoints though anyway. And also the controls feels absolutely remarkable. You gotta be kidding me, 2 blue shells all at once! Jeez, what's up with these blue shells throughout it though? Oh yeah, I did manage to make the referencing for that dialogue since, the back in 2013 version, but oh, there goes another blue shell, but this time they actually aim on Dry Bones, our teammate. Jeez, 3 blue shells in a row in this track so far. Jeez. But again, though, that's, that's as far as I'm concerned about this, so... Yeah, another thing is worth mentioning though is that this game does have some sort of like a traditional side of things whenever you're trying to actually just start up your file up. First things first though is that you're actually going to be registering your nickname. Like for instance, we actually did type in my name, which was Rarity. Yeah, which was, you know, the important host of this predictable Let's Play as far as this game is concerned. But even then though, and as well as that though, there's also the emblem system, which you can actually customize your own icon into your kart vehicle, which is actually a pretty interesting mechanic. I do wish it kind of makes a comeback in Mario Kart 8 though. I just wish it has that. Or in this case, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe though, I should say. Next course we have is Defino Square, but this time completely flipped. So even then, we pretty much expected to see that one coming, so... Oh yeah, before when Mario Kart Wii came around is that it's only noticeable in a team race, and specifically onto this race in particular. This way, this all allows you to actually just, you know, manage to realize is that you actually get yourselves 15 points instead of 10. Probably due to the fact that we're actually going on to the team race and stuff like that. So that way, it just makes it more doubtful. That was before when, again, Mario Kart Wii did came around when you know, the 15 points mark. That's how it usually goes. Oh god, we got spin out by Waluigi for that banana peel. So yeah, another thing is, another thing I really loved about this game is this soundtrack looks absolutely catchy. Even to the Nintendo DS chip, the sound chip I should say, is actually really impressive for the time. And then finally, the most importantly I find for this predictable game that's more likely the most amazing as it is that it actually adds in some additional first introduction to some of this stuff, mainly the mission mode, which does kind of reminds me like I was playing Sonic Adventure DX all over again, but except it wasn't as nearly as annoying as it does it for Sonic Adventure DX's mission mode. But even then though, oh, why does the blue shells always go after me? I thought the blue shell was meant to go after Waluigi, god dang it. But yeah, much like how it does in Super Smash Bros. Melee, that I used to have a fun time with this particular versus mode for myself, because of due to the fact there's you know, a lot of ways you can actually customize your own rules and stuff, mainly the 32 races all in all. Especially noticeable that how you can actually just manage to set your different classes and stuff, and that way you can actually manage to realize is that you can actually have a lot of fun with. It's even especially noticeable in 150cc, which I highly recommend, because the only problem with... You gotta be kidding me. Anyway though, so the trust me on this saying this, I highly don't recommend going through 50cc honestly, because it feels a little bit too slow for my liking. But it's usually only requirements when you actually first time playing the actual Mario Kart games, let's just say that much. So let's see what the final course we're going to be doing for this session, and that is Shrampy Snowland. Originally it was supposed to be Rainbow Road, but even then unfortunately though we actually got this stage instead. Which honestly I don't really mind about too much, so anyway though. So if you're probably wondering what's the only downsides we can think of about this game, honestly there aren't many downsides I can think of, because honestly this is absolutely the masterpiece Mario Kart game I've ever played. Even then though, that I kind of usually get the point, because usually though, they did manage to improve over the likes of Super Circuit, and especially, well, just mainly Super Circuit in general, because after all, they don't have to worry about, like, you know, trying to deal with the unfair AI business, with unlike in Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart, you know, Super Circuit. But apart from that, those sides of things though, this is absolutely one of my favorites of the Mario Kart installments, mainly the entire series, and also well, on the handheld series. Well, not until when we actually get ourselves Mario Kart 8's Deluxe will about to come. So even then though, should be pretty interesting actually, because even then though, this is actually our childhood, even back in 2005, that we did manage to get this game back in 2005 amongst with our Nintendo DS, specifically the original DS model, because thanks to our bundle that we actually got with, that did actually come with the game with it, which still even to this day it does say not to be sold separately though, so even then though we should probably keep that forever. So yeah, pretty interesting. So yeah, I highly definitely recommend this game to you guys. Even especially noticeable if you're actually trying to be collecting all the Nintendo DS games nowadays. Even for if you actually still manage to play this on the old DS models, even for DSi, DS Lite. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! We actually got hit by the snowman. I think I get the reason for this. It's because our Wii U gamepad is once again still glitches up. I think it's mainly due to the fact that there's syncing issues, which is trying to actually communicate with some of this stuff, which is always irritating. But anyway, though, so I think it's mainly due to the fact that some of our objects keep on getting in our way. So I think that's why that happens here. Now we could potentially try to do a drift here. But even though, no, unfortunately, though, Motorcycle does hit Lightning Cup, this wasn't exactly the perfect run, so... Oh, well, whatever. We're just showing versus mode to see how this versus mode actually plays out, but I digress. So, since we actually got more points than the other teams, so this means we pretty much dominated, so... Yeah, Motorcycle does in battle mode, you get this little trophy right here, so that way you can actually just see the actual identical trophy to what have you. Now, before we actually end this Let's Play off, there are some two extra bits we're going to be showing, case, like these records modes, so that you can keep in track of how much wins did you actually obtain from versus mode, battle mode, and even Nintendo Wi-Fi connections match. But even then, that only counts as from online. So even then, and also not to mention, you can actually see there's a bunch of trophies you actually obtain from Grand Prix, even especially the time you've got, and especially the ranking system. So even then, though, that we actually almost got all of the star rankings. The only two exceptions, which are 150cc and 150cc mirror on Lightning Cup, is probably because we actually lost on some of these races at a time. And finally, the time trials, which is self-explanatory. And there's also the friends option, which is sadly is not the case because we actually be using on the Wii U's virtual console we release. And finally, there's some options, which is self-explanatory, change the settings and all that. And as we mentioned earlier, that you can actually change your nickname, and especially you can actually customize your own emblem for your cards, which I find is kind of interesting. But unfortunately, though, we can't actually show you for that because we almost run out of time. So, anyways, I highly really do enjoy this particular Let's Play. But even then, I really enjoyed this Let's Play so much, even much more better than the predecessor. But even then, I hope you guys do enjoy this Let's Play. So this is me, Piglet, and Rarity here, and tune in the next time of the Mario Kart retrospective before Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will about to come. There's going to be a redo Let's Play of Mario Kart Wii. So see you guys then. Bye. Bye.